There was some breaking showbiz news last night from Hollywood. The actress Amber Heard, who you might remember from the high-profile divorce case with Johnny Depp, has revealed that she has in fact welcomed a baby girl in April. Now, in the post on her social media, she spoke about how she had wanted to do it on her own terms and how radical she thinks it still is for a woman to make that decision and not to want a ring in order to have a crib. So, if you could do it all again, Brenda, would you choose to do it on your own?
Can I just say she's in a very privileged position.
Indeed.
She's obviously got a lot of money and a lot of backup and she can get nannies and everything, but not everyone's in that position.
Right.
But if I was in a position where I didn't have children, I would do anything to have children, be it with a partner or be it on my own. I mean, I'm very lucky. I've got 3 children. I would have liked more, but that was taken away from me. And Lauren would like another one now. Well, she thinks she would, because after lockdown, she said, I'm not so sure I want to be locked indoors with the girls all the time. But I just worry, because she's 38, and if that was taken away from her, I know she'd be really devastated at the thought of never being able to have another child. But, yeah, I just wish I'd had more children, really. I mean, I've got 3 and 2 are leaving home now, so that'd be left me and Mark on our own. So I don't know what we're going to do without the kids there, looking after them, going to pick them up, drop them off and everything. But, yeah, as I say, it's hard for a lot of women, you know, like, especially if you're on your own and that and you're bringing up children. I was lucky. I had a lot of support around me, my sisters, my mum, but not everyone's as lucky as we are, really, are
No, and like, I do remember, like, in my early 30s, being in my flat in Manchester, I can remember it now as though I'm there. I remember having this moment where I just thought, I don't think this is going to happen for me. I don't think I'm going to have kids. I just had this awful feeling that I just thought, I'm going to be one of those people who wanted kids and never had them. And I just thought, I'm going to have to make a plan. And I had a good job at the BBC, and I just thought, I'm going to make a plan. I remember literally just thinking, right, adoption, freeze your eggs. I'm going to literally sit down and make a plan. And then, of course, luckily, I had my son.
But that's so brave to think like that, though, to make the decision.
Because my maternal instinct was so strong. And I thought, I can't imagine not fulfilling this desire that I have. And you're right, I had a good job, and I don't know, I'm worried that, you know, the IVF has gone up for single women, up, you know, many-fold. I think it was 300 and something done in a year a few years ago, and now it's over 2,000, you know, cycles of IVF for single women.
I mean, I had a plan. My plan was, you know, when I was younger, that I would get married and then have my children and have that fairy tale dream wedding and life and everything. OK, I did it in reverse. I had the children, you know, my first was at 21, and then I did get married at 27, and I was a single mother for a few years with both of them. And I know how it was very, very hard juggling work. And it was 2 jobs. It was a 2-job thing. And then juggling, trying to take the children to the childminder and picking them up. All of that is really hard. And I've said to both of my children, think about what you're doing before you know, just go and try and plan. Have that plan and try and stick to it, rather than putting yourself under the pressure of having a baby and another life to be responsible at such a young age. So I think if I had the choice now, I probably would, because I've had such rewarding joy from both of my children. You would choose to go it alone if you...
Well,
I've done it. I've done it alone. So, yes, it's hard, but I've come out the other end, and I don't think my children have.
And I ended up doing it alone out of, you know, out of circumstance, not choice, really.
Exactly.
But I'd only had 5 weeks. I had 5. My son was born in the end of July, and I started work at ITV, my first ever like national TV job, and he was only 5 weeks old, and I've been on my own since that point. So it's like it's a big. I'm sort of astonished at what women can do. You put your body through it, then you put your mind through it. No sleep. I mean, but it's not easy.
No, I think I was really lucky. I knew I always wanted kids, and I kind of always wanted them young. And, you know, luckily for me, I met Wayne and he wanted the same thing, so I managed to have that. But I do think I look at someone like Amanda and I think, well, go on, girl. Like, you know, she's taking ownership of what she wants. She's not thinking, oh, I need a man for this. But like Linda said, she has the money to be able to do that. Yeah, she's got... Whereas, like you were saying, Brenda, you had to have 2 jobs and juggle everything, and that's, unfortunately, the reality for a lot of people.
It would have been absolutely lovely to have had my partner there, you know, the father of the child. But if it doesn't work, you can't... There's no point in crying over that spilt milk. You just got to get on with it for the kids' benefit and for their sake. So
I think I'd think about it. I think if I wasn't in the position that I had met Wayne, I think I knew I wanted kids and I wanted that in my future, and maybe I would have had the same thoughts.
Yeah, and but though it did occur to me, of course, like you said right at the beginning, Linda, is that, is this now for women the domain of those who have money?
Yeah.
Because if you want
It does seem to
surrogacy, if
be.
you have to pay for IVF, for any of those, it costs thousands and
yeah.
thousands of pounds. And I do worry about that in society. It's not good for only women with money to be able to... I think that if you don't... money isn't the answer to everything. Love is the answer, isn't it?
Yeah.
For you as a parent. And you can love on less money and you can be a terrible parent with loads of money. So
I
it
left
makes...
off of tuna and pasta for
Right,
ages. So
exactly.
It's not
so
about...
that's my only worry about this story and it becoming, sort of... Not just... It's fantastic for her, but, the idea that...
Yeah.
That money is the sort of arbiter of whether you're able to have a baby or
NHS,
not.
I think you're allowed 3 attempts, aren't you? I'm sure it's 3 attempts. I might be wrong, but I think there's 3 attempts.
I think
and
it
after
just
that-
goes to show, like, you don't, this kind of old school version of what family
Right.
has changed now. And I think we can all, every family looks different. It doesn't have to all look the same,
Yeah.
And I think you don't have to be married. You don't have to conceive the same way. And I think it's lovely that everyone can have these different versions of family.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah, lovely stuff.